So I wanted to kind of talk about anxiety again. It's something that I've kind of battled with on and off. And I remember when I first, 2004, kind of came clean that I had a opiate addiction and had to get clean. And the doctors, I went on Suboxone back then. Fortunately, I'm not on any opioids like that, Suboxone or methadone or anything like that. And I'm so thankful because they can be a trap. They help me get my life back in order as well. So there is I went 9 years without relapsing on opiates while on Suboxone, and between the years of 2005 and 2014. So I think there is some, it allows people to get their lives back. So don't judge whatever's working for you in your recovery, or if you got family who's in recovery and they're on an opioid like that, and they are maintaining and doing well and building their life. Let's just praise them. Let's just get behind them. Let's stand in solidarity with those who have struggled with addiction and are getting their lives back in order. Let's stand in solidarity as a group of believers and really as communities, as we got to combat the fentanyl crisis in our communities that's killing off thousands of people. Let's stand in solidarity against the amount of drugs that are being pushed into our country. We have to, we can no longer plunk our heads in the sands and just judge those who are addicts. We can't. It's too dangerous. There's too many people dying to just keep judging them and calling them addicts, because it's not just the addicts that are dying. It's first time users. It's young people. It's really tragic. But anyways, when I first kind of came off, heroin addiction, I struggled with anxiety extremely bad, and the doctors put me on a medication, and I was on it for quite a long time, an anxiety medication, and it did really help. Yet when I came off it, I became very ill, and I don't even remember what the medication was, but it took almost 30 days to get off that medication, and I was almost as ill coming off that medication. It was a prescribed medication for anxiety. It was not an opioid or anything like that, but it really, really made my head it was really rough coming off that medication. And here I am many years later, and while there's been some ebbs and flows to my sobriety, I can claim victory in so many different ways in my life, on and off throughout those years, and 17 years of sobriety since 2005, since April 17th, 2005, when my first day of sobriety. And so I kind of was just wanted to I don't like to read to you guys out of the Bible, so I'm going to today, and I'm asking you to bear with me, because I really believe there's something powerful here about the anxieties that you're feeling about, any number of things, or maybe some of it's just like, some sort of psychological thing that you don't know what's causing that pit of your stomach feeling. That's what I had. I didn't know what caused my anxiety. I had a pit of my stomach feeling I could never escape or get rid of, and that's when they putting me on that medication. And then we've got those things that are anxiety and provoking, which for me, if I sit down and watch too much news, I start to really start reeling to all the different things that are, cause me anxiety in this world. I'm a business owner, a father, a husband, and but I am a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. And so the things that look to distract me from looking at the peace that surpasses all understanding through Jesus Christ are the things of this world. And the things of this world cause me to have anxiety. And so I'm really working on kind of getting my mind to practice good practices to prevent me from kind of going down the rabbit hole of anxiety, fear, depression, and ultimately for me, what those things do is they drive me back to active drug addiction. And so I don't know what those things drive you back to, but there's a real concern that it's mentally taxing on you, causing you to look for different ways to deal with the anxiety, depression, fear, loneliness, and any number of things. So I was just wanted to read in Philippians this morning. Philippians 4:4, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. He doesn't say it once. He says rejoice always. And he says again, rejoice. in the Lord. Let your gentle spirit be known to all men. The Lord is near. I think that's that gentle spirit I'm talking about to those who are inactive in drug addiction or who are down and out, the downtrodden. Let our gentle spirit be a guide to them as to this, to the Spirit of God and what that looks like. Here it is. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to man. And the peace of God that surpasses all comprehension will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. I got to read one more verse here. I just want to stop real quick and say that through prayer and supplication, we just got to lift up our prayers to God for those things that are causing us anxiety. And then, and through that, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. Just give it over to God, right? In that prayer, just give the things that are causing me anxiety, the things that I'm struggling with, the daily struggles that I'm feeling. I didn't sleep last night and I'm tired today and I'm trying to right now, I'm just squashing that. I'm not going to allow it to affect my day and cause me to kind of spiral into a bad spot today. But here's verse 8. And this is really, verse 8 is, finally, brethren, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good repute, if there is any excellence, and if anything worthy of praise, dwell on those things. What are you dwelling on? Are you dwelling on the things that are causing you anxiety? Or are you dwelling on what is honorable, what is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good repute? And then these things you have learned and received and heard and seen in me. Practice these things. Practice the things that are good in this world. Dwell on the things that are good, which is, in fact, God. It is Jesus Christ. Everything good comes from the hand of God. So what are we going to dwell on? Are we going to dwell on things of this world which are coming from the prince of this world, Satan? Or are we going to dwell on things that are honorable, of good repute, that are lovely, and excellent? And those are the things we dwell on. And I want to encourage you today to dwell on the good things in your life. Don't let your head get caught up in the things that are going on that are stressful and tough, in the tough deals with your family, friends, hurts, habits, and hang-ups. I'm saying don't dwell on those things. I know they're there, but they are not of God. And the anxiety that comes from those things is because they're not of God. Anything of God, from God, will not cause you to be anxious. If it is from God, you will not feel the depression. If it is from God, you will not go down the rabbit hole of sin. If you dwell in the things that are good. The rabbit hole of sin in our flesh comes from any number of things. But when we allow our minds to enter into the rabbit hole of the things that are got us all crazy. So I just wanted to encourage us today. Again, I'm going to read it one more time. Finally, brethren, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good repute, if there is any excellence and if anything worthy of praise, dwell on those things. Y'all have a blessed day. Dwell on the things that are good in your life, and don't let the bad things tear you down and get you living in anxiety and then back in the devil's playground. Y'all have a blessed day. Keep the faith, my friends.